Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome. My name is Amélie Darchecourt. I'm a senior product marketing manager at Microsoft. So today I'm excited to share insights from the Secure Employee Access report that Microsoft published in March. So we'll talk about how security leaders, just like you, are rethinking employee access in a complex and AI-driven environment, and how actually traditional and highly specialized security approaches are no longer adapted. So our agenda for today will dig deeper into our key findings from this report. So first, modern work environments are increasingly complex and bringing new security challenges. Then the attack surface is expanding, and accumulating siloed identity and network access solutions is actually not helping security leaders to keep up. And finally, closer collaboration between identity and network teams will bring better security and efficiency. So before we get in the details, let's take a quick look at our survey methodology. So this report was actually commissioned by Microsoft, and we partnered with Hypothesis Group on a two-stage research project. First, we surveyed 300 identity and network security decision makers based in the US, and then we conducted 4 in-depth interviews with CISOs. All right, so let's jump right into the findings. So first of all, it's not going to come as a surprise to you, but modern work is anything but simple. Security leaders that we surveyed and interviewed are managing an ever-expanding digital environments with more identities and applications than ever before. So employees need seamless access to business-critical apps, but security teams are actually struggling to keep up. And so 58% of security leaders expect the number of identities to actually grow in the next year. And 71% of them anticipate the number of cloud-based applications to also increase, making employee access, lifecycle management, and least privilege access top priorities for them. And indeed, without any proper governance, identity sprawl increases the risk of unauthorized access and security gaps. Another aspect of how complex modern work is actually around hybrid work. Employees continue today to work from a lot of different locations, whether it's from home, at the office, or on the go, and it's really reshaping the security needs for organizations. And as you can see here, 61% of the security leaders that we interviewed are saying that hybrid work models lead to actually more security incidents, and nearly half find it difficult to secure access for remote teams. And on top of that, 40% of them mentioned that the sign-in experiences for their employees is actually inconsistent when those employees are working remotely. So really, both the employee experience and the security posture are suffering. And finally, and not the least, is the massive adoption of AI at work. In our research, 84% of leaders say that AI use has been increasing in their organizations. And actually, nearly half are open to using embedded Gen AI applications and tools to boost the productivity of their employees, but also of their security and IT teams. But there's actually a catch, is that 57% are seeing more security incidents as a result of AI use. And while AI offers great promise, only 40% of organizations started implementing access controls for it. So out of those 40%, 61% are already implementing just-in-time access for Gen AI tools and also control employee access to those tools based on business needs. So really, the key takeaway here is that AI is a double-edged sword. It amplifies productivity, but it also expands the threat surface if access isn't managed properly. So despite security teams' efforts, incidents and breaches remain widespread. And so to address vulnerabilities, organizations accumulated numerous access management solutions across various identity and network security teams. And so what our research shows is that more tool doesn't necessarily mean better security. So that's our finding number 2 out of this research. So if we dig a little bit more into it, and this is again not a surprise, 94% of organizations have experienced access-related incidents recently. And 1 in 4 actually led to direct business impact, disruption of operations, and significant financial and reputational repercussions. And so facing an ever-expanding attack surface, most security leaders end up buying more and more solutions and tools. That's the trend we're seeing that we observed in our research. The problem is that most of the times, these tools are chosen and operated by different teams without much coordination. And so what we see is that indeed, on average, 4 different teams are responsible for managing and securing access across identity and network. And so managing multiple solutions from multiple vendors also creates operational challenges. What our survey reveals is that on average, organizations use 5 identity solutions from 3 different vendors and also 4 network access solutions from another 3 different vendors. So that's a lot of different tools and a lot of different technologies that need to be integrated and working together. And so what it means is that this mix of tools often actually results in completely disjointed security strategies, making it even harder to enforce consistent policies, to detect threats, and to really streamline any kind of incident response. And so what is really interesting is that, in fact, what we learn is that organizations with 6 or more identity and network solutions have reported an increase in significant breaches, with 79% of them seeing a rise in breaches. But organizations with 5 or less solutions are actually only seeing a 45% increase in the number of breaches. So that really takes us to our third and final finding, which is that by actually shifting the focus to simplifying and unifying access management, organizations can actually reduce risk. They can improve operational efficiency and deliver better user experience for their security teams and for their employees. And so that's our last key finding in this report. So first of all, overall, security leaders agree that collaboration between identity and network teams has become essential. We saw it with threats targeting both identity and network layers. A lack of coordination leaves gaps in access policies and controls. It delays response efforts, and it increases risk exposure and weakens the overall security posture of the organization. So our research shows that security professionals are almost anonymous, right? 98% of them believe that closer collaboration would actually enhance security and efficiency for their organization. And on top of that, 96% of them would prefer a comprehensive and integrated approach to identity and network access management instead of using multiple standalone solutions. And security leaders also highlighted the major benefits of this identity and network access control unifications. So for 97% of them, it will actually increase security, and it will also improve user experience. And also 83% of them say that it would accelerate their zero trust strategy. So what can you do today, right? Like, we went through a lot of different stats, a lot of insights. What would be the key actions? So first, the key takeaway is really unify identity and network access controls, because that will ensure consistent security policies across users, devices, and applications. And that would really help address security gaps and prevent lateral movements within your organization. The second point is really fostering greater collaboration between identity and network security teams. We saw it in the results, right? That's really a very effective way to improve information sharing and efficiency when it comes to risk mitigation. The third point is really reducing complexity by consolidating security tools. That way, you would be able to minimize tool sprawl and also streamline operations within your teams. And finally, securing access to AI applications and find a way to balance the productivity gains that AI is bringing with a very strong security controls. And with that, I hope that you really found those stats and those insights very informative. You can obviously explore more and learn more by reading the full report. It's available at AKMS/Secure Access Reports. And of course, you can also visit our website at akms/Entra to learn more about Microsoft Entra and how it can help you establish better security for your organization. Thank you so much for joining. We can continue the discussion, so please post your comments and questions in the chat, or feel free to reach out directly with any comments or ideas that you may have. Thank you very much.